Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show.
How's it going?
On the left-hand side of the screen, you will notice 3 icons. At the very top of that icon. Where are the fucking icons?
Right there. Yeah, call them your tits.
They were there at the start of the show. And
where are the fucking icons?
If I don't hide them, people get to see our fucking icons lighting up.
Well, unhide them, you son of a bitch!
I already did.
He already did.
Oh, okay.
You're on a delay, motherfucker.
Shut up, it's amusing. At the very top of the list, you will see Mr. Capitalist Rope Salesman. Don't be deceived, he is a fucking socialist if you ever did see one. This is Sergeant Buck.
The most capitalist socialist you'll ever meet.
Down at the bottom there, and it is simply because of alphabetical order, you will see someone who's just here. That is Mr. Pavaros. And right smack dab in the middle, capitalist swine as he is me! Smart Pig 2150, and I am a capitalist swine. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's episode of Locked and Loaded. And boy, am I loaded.
I'm about to be.
With alcohol, that is. I have no money. Don't ask me for money, I don't have any. Give me money, please.
Yeah, I could use some money myself. I got to do this when I actually bought lottery tickets. Only $2 worth, but you know.
Yeah, well, it may as well.
You might win $5. That's all I ever get from those damn things.
Oh, hey! Topaz is in the audience. I haven't seen her in a little while. She wasn't in the audience last week, was she?
I have no idea.
What did you do, Pav?
What do you mean? I'm confused.
You must have done something for her to miss the show.
Clearly.
She might have just been too tired from activities.
Or busy as shit. Yeah, I know. So how have you guys been the last week? We don't. For anybody who doesn't notice this, we actually don't get to spend a lot of time with each other throughout the week, due to
works too much.
Yeah,
I work too much, and
Pig works way too much.
Pav is in his own little world, yeah, as he said.
Yeah.
So we work a lot. 2 of us at least work a lot. A lot. Did I mention I got home at like 8:30 on Friday night when I left at 6 in the morning?
Goddamn.
Yeah. 12 and a half fucking hours on Friday.
Was that including
12
including or excluding travel?
That's actually excluding travel.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Oof.
It's like I think I spent almost 11 hours doubled over because I was in a crawl space that was only 4.5 feet tall.
Jeez.
Not including all of the plumbing and electrical wiring that covered the ceiling, so it actually reduced the height to 3 3/4 feet tall.
Goddamn.
Friday was a day.
Yeah.
Friday was a day.
I
got home and I was awake for like approximately 45 minutes and I promptly went to sleep. And this time, Panda did not complain about it.
Yeah, well, we had to do a wedding where the kitchen was 150 square feet. They didn't take into account all the cabinets and appliances and shit, so we had about 50 square feet to work with.
That's a small kitchen.
Yeah. And we had
how'd that gumbo turn out, by the way?
Fine. I needed to add more fucking crystal to it because I'm a fucking glutton for capsaicin.
Punishment.
Apparently.
You know what? Crystal is a nice, tasty sauce. I will say.
But I can't tell the difference between the regular stuff and the extra hot stuff. I just can't.
They're There's not a difference between the regular stuff and the extra hot stuff?
Is that a question or a statement? I can't tell.
That's a confused statement. As in, what the fuck, dude? Are you serious? There's literally no difference between the regular crystal sauce and the extra hot crystal sauce. There's no difference.
Have you heard of what people like think is hot nowadays? Like as far as spice goes, it's ridiculously weak.
Yeah, like too much black pepper.
I have. No, it's not even the black pepper. It's just that people are pussies nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, habaneros are too hot.
No, they're actually just
what?
They're the right mixture of flavor and spice.
I will actually admit that I really like spicy food.
Me too.
But I can't take habaneros.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I can take ghost pepper just fine, but habaneros just kick the living dog shit out of me.
Huh. I wonder what that is.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know I can't stand them if they're used improperly. Like, what is it?
It's like,
I think, is it Buffalo Wild Wings? They do, like, the mango habanero wings?
Yes, yes. And I can't stand them because they don't mix it properly. It's like they don't have the right proportion.
Yeah.
So you get either, on one wing, you'll get, like, a massive fuck ton of mango and a little bit of habanero. And on the next one, you get so much habanero that you can't fucking find the mango to save your fucking life.
Yeah. Last time I fucking went to Wild Wings, like my dad and I ordered those, and it was like, these are spicy, but it doesn't burn. It's just uncomfortable.
It's
like, I don't like these because they have no flavor. It's just chicken and fire.
Where is Cats, by the way?
And
I don't know.
Asking Merc. Where the fuck is Cats?
Who's AFK?
Yeah,
Where's Cats and Lady?
He's
Where's
up for
Cats and
Bluetown.
Lady? Where's the angry cat lady?
Well, it's probably 2 a.m. for her.
And she's never missed a show since she started watching.
No, she's missed a lot of shows recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it's
I
like,
guess
it's
I
like
guess I
2
just
3 a.m. for her.
And
Get good.
I don't know.
This-
Maybe she's
this
got
is-
a normal
this-
sleeping schedule now.
maybe, you know what? I will give you that. Maybe she has normalized her sleeping schedule. Maybe she's done that. But she's like Nick. She freaking normalizes her sleeping schedule for like 2 days and then is back to fucked.
But what was it? She has responded to a few of our like comments, like when we said we were going to do a makeup stream. So I have a feeling she actually does listen to them, just not when we're live.
I have a feeling that she would make more live streams if we did them all on Saturday.
I wouldn't make any of those live streams.
I know that's the frustrating thing. It's like
it'd be hit or miss with me.
we probably had the best showing last Saturday as we've had in a while.
Yeah.
I think we got up to like 12 at one point.
Might have been 12 or I can probably look that up.
Well, it's also had like the most views aside from the one where we had the gentleman who runs Rev Up Nutrition.
Oh yeah, that one.
He invaded the stream. Just invaded the chat, not even the stream, but
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, thanks
I still haven't-
Jables for letting me know that. Apparently, Cats has a bunch of real life stuff going on too.
I still
right now,
haven't opened that. I haven't opened that pre-workout yet. It's still sitting in the fucking envelope.
That's why we have to actually schedule that holy fuck ball stream where we mix the crack punch, where we do the pre-workout mixed with the very, very high proof alcohol.
Whatever we can afford.
Wait, that's what we agreed to?
I mean, I'm down.
Well, yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean,
how it's
all
gonna
three of
end.
us.
I think I'm
I
only gonna
actually
do it.
have a couple of sample packs that came with mine it doesn't. Oh, this one's the pina colada. That one's for Panda. If I ever decide to let her have it, because she is fucking weird on caffeine by itself. I can only imagine what she'd be like on freaking pre-workout. I'd have to freaking bang her brains out for like 3 or 4 hours in order to get her all that energy out of her. She has this weird look on her face right now.
She's not the only one. It's like
But yeah, I got a couple of the sample packs as well, and I was planning on using one of those just so it's an exact, precise measurement. And then we were going to mix it some for, I think Everclear is what we decided on.
Well, I sure as fuck can't afford Everclear.
Everclear is cheap, dude.
How much is it?
The last time I looked, it was like $30 for a handle of it.
Okay.
But it's 150 proof, so no.
I'll just get rubbing alcohol.
Yes. The 151 is like $30, but freaking the 190 proof Everclear, it's like 70.
Jesus Christ.
Because apparently you have to pay $70 in order to kill yourself with alcohol poisoning. But yeah, we freaking all three of us agreed that we were going to do a special live stream where we would mix pre-workout, the rev up pre-workout with high proof alcohol into some weird crack laced pirate punch type thing.
I think I'll go with vodka.
Might have to wait to do that until I get a different job.
Yeah, that's actually a given, which is why I said we would have to schedule it.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be one of those. It's going to take days for us to recover from it, but it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Make it a Friday. Well, no, fuck. I'd say make it a Friday night so I have the whole weekend and Monday to recover, but
If we were going to make it a Friday night, we'd have to get Nick and Jeff involved somehow. I'm just saying.
Hey, Jeff, you want to do a speed shot?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly that's exactly the point. It's like, I mean, stims are freaking Jeff's poison of choice, apparently. Like a Confederate Marine.
What?
Starcraft joke.
Oh.
Stim packs.
Oh. Could have said super. Whatever. It shows I haven't fucking played StarCraft.
Man, I'm really, really disappointed.
I played Command and Conquer. Never played StarCraft.
Well,
I loved both of them. Command and Conquer was amazing. StarCraft 1 was also amazing. It's like they both had their own aspect to them. You could build this massive, unlimited army with Command and Conquer. You had to think a little bit more with StarCraft, but I used cheat codes on StarCraft, so it didn't really matter at the time. I was 9. Bite me.
Oh, good.
We
I'm
are
hearing
going to
sirens.
step on your time slot, Jables. We're going to do it exactly the second you start.
No.
Yes, we are.
We are going to this is going to take place in after the normal Saints show. Jables, the only time slot that we respect is the pre-Saints show time slot.
Yes, always go.
That's the only one.
We don't even respect the regular show's time slot.
I don't like Nod.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. When I was growing up, I had no idea that Kane was a cult leader.
Really?
I thought that Nod were the good guys.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not kidding.
Dude, GDI has always been the good guys. Always.
I had no idea. I thought GDI were just the over tyrant, like bad government types and not the rebels that were.
I have to rein in my surprise here because I realized that the type of upbringing you had, you fucking commie bastard. No, it's like freaking GDI's. I like GDI because I am small forces, small, extremely effective, packs a heavy fucking punch forces. I'm not the expendable kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I that's my least.
Just throw waves upon waves of light infantry at them.
Yeah, I mean,
take the Imperial Guard
it kind of reflects that way in Starcraft 2. Is like I love playing Zerg. However, I don't like suicide waves. I don't like suicide units. Simply because it's this one and done. There's so little cost effectiveness with it if you just do it just so wrong. Yeah, Nod has lasers. I get it. Fucking GDI has railguns. Fuck you.
Do they have bear cavalry?
Railguns are better.
I don't even know what the fuck you're... What are we talking about?
Freaking Jabel's going on about lasers with GDI, and I'm just like,
the obelisk of light. The obelisk of light.
Obelisk. It's pronounced obelisk. You freaking uncultured swine.
I haven't played this game since like forever. I'm surprised I even remembered that name slightly.
It's Obelisk. The first game it was Obelisk of Light. The second Tiberian Sun it was Obelisk of Not. No, it's backwards. The first game it was Obelisk of Nod, and then in Tiberian Sun it was Obelisk of Light, and then in Tiberian Wars it was Obelisk of Nod again.
Huh.
Either way, yes, GDI did not have lasers.
Yeah, no, and then we had stealth tanks, stealth technology.
But you get the GDI had mammoth tanks.
The Nod looked cooler.
I will give you that. Nod looked cooler. Nod definitely looked cooler. But you know, when I could take out 3 light tanks with a medium tank, it was like, no contest.
I won most of the things I did.
I don't think I ever lost.
Meanwhile,
don't think I ever lost.
I was fucking playing Total A at the time. I don't know what the fuck.
You know what my favorite thing about Nod actually was?
What?
It was the burrowing unit.
Oh yeah.
The devil's tongue.
Yeah.
Where you just
come up right next to the
Those were my favorite. I loved them. They were my favorite thing to do is just rush the flame tongue. And then just pop up in the middle of their base and just fucking torch the shit out of it. Which is why I always had concrete everywhere. The second I could build concrete, I built it.
It was whenever you did Nod against Nod, it was just basically you're spending half of your resources on fixing things because it would never destroy you. It would only hurt it a lot.
Yeah. Freaking the thing that Nod really had going for them is they had at least in Tiberian Wars they had the long range. Not Tiberian Wars, Tiberian Sun. Thank you for correcting me. In Tiberian Sun, they had the artillery, which was actually artillery. It fucking shot halfway across the goddamn map. And they had the fucking burrowing units. That's cyborgs, burrowing units, artillery. That's all you needed with Nod.
No, you put up however you say the giant laser fuck off thing.
Obelisk of Nod.
Yes. Where you put up like 2 or 3 of those on a choke point. What units? What?
Actually, the best way to take out an obelisk of Nod was infantry.
No, because as long as you backed it up with like actual like a few tanks or something, they would never get close enough.
No, I mean you had to have the flame tongues in order to take out the infantry. However, with GDI, it's like the best way to get around that is you would do air units to take out the tanks. You just have a couple of orcas go in and fucking wreck face. They didn't do a whole lot of damage to buildings though, so you had to follow up with the infantry. Your first wave was the freaking orcas. They took out like the tanks, the flame tanks, or most of the flame tanks at least, and then you followed up with a whole bunch of disc throwers.
I fucking hated the disc throwers.
Oh, they were so fun. They were so fun. Just the first wave was always the orcas, and you always had at least 5 of them.
Oh.
And then you came in with the disc throwers, and you just completely wrecked face. And once the obelisks were done, you threw in the next wave, what's going to be the hover tanks, the hover rocket launchers, because they just destroyed so many things and they were so fast.
No, orcas.
And then and to end them off, you freaking moved in a mix of Sonic tanks at the front with Titans at the back. The freaking Sonic tanks, they freaking focused fired the buildings, and the Titans fucking took out the Tick tanks. Because that's all the freaking Nod could afford to build when you were moving on their fucking base finally.
Screw you. You just build
yeah,
two more harvesters.
You know I would just fucking face roll you just by the way I described that.
do you fucking have
Tiberian Sun? No, I don't, sadly.
I know it's cheap as fuck on Origin right now.
I actually like
oh fuck.
I really liked Tiberian Sun, the single player. But if I'm doing, like, multiplayer, I have to do Tiberian Wars because it's so much more balanced. It's so ridiculously more balanced than freaking Tiberian Wars was, or Tiberian Sun was. I highly suggest, if you haven't played Tiberian, Command & Conquer 3 yet, to play it. It is so amazing. I played Command & Conquer since the first one came out. I played Command & Conquer, Spec Ops, Tiberian Sun, Firestorm, freaking Tiberian Wars, which was 3, and even Kane's Wrath, and I loved every single one of them. But when it came to the multiplayer, the only one that was balanced in any form or fashion was the third one. Tiberian Wars, because they actually built it with multiplayer in mind. But if you play Screen, I swear to God, I will fucking murder you.
No,
I hate Screen. Screen sucks so much because they're such crap on land. Their land units are such crap, except for their freaking big tripods of death. But their air navy, their air forces, once they got like a substantial amount of air forces, there is nothing you could do to stop them. Just nothing.
I have no idea what's going on, but if we're talking strategy games, I've played Total A and I've played Halo Wars and Warcraft 3.
You know what?
Played
That's
Halo
about
Wars.
Halo Wars is fun.
Halo Wars has a really fun rock paper scissors system.
Halo Wars 1 was really fun. I was actually it was the first RTS on console that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And Halo Wars 2 was really fun. I just didn't like the multiplayer. I didn't like how they did the multiplayer.
See, I didn't play 2, so...
Fuck. 2 was good. It had a really, really, really good story. And it was really fun in the single player, but when you started going to the multiplayer, it was too quick. There was no real strategy to it. It's all cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You rush to a certain unit that's really fucking powerful, and you spam the shit out of it. And then if the other side doesn't build the right counter to it, it's fucking over. It's like if you do Colonial Marines, you spam a whole bunch of Cyclops and a whole bunch of Warthogs, and it's over.
Yeah,
Not Colonial Marines, the USMC.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
UNSC. Whatever. Freaking, you build a whole bunch of Warthogs fully upgraded. You build a whole bunch of Cyclops fully upgraded. And that's it. You fucking face roll the map.
What was
you don't
it?
need to build anything else.
I think it was Halo Wars 1 had enough leeway to where you could spam units where it wouldn't be necessarily viable, but it would be fun. Like, what was it? I got dragged into some Xbox party with some of my friends, and it was a full team, 4-on-4. And I'm just staying quiet the whole time because I don't know any of these people except for, like, one person. And I'm just doing shit at my base, and they're all like, yeah, I'm going here, going there, okay. And I can hear both teams talking. And I just select all my units, have them attack one base, and I hear from the opposing team, where the fuck did all these elephants come from? I just built nothing but elephants and went, go get them. I held like 2 back to spawn ODSTs out of, and just like, yep, I did good. Or like fucking, I think a friend and I did a 2v2 match in Halo 1 where, so we both decided, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to specialize in vehicles, you're going to do aircraft. I'll build anti-air, you build aircraft. So he would swarm them with aircraft, his aircraft would get taken out. They would bring aircraft to us, because like, oh, they got no air support now, and my like fucking Wolverines would just drop their forces. So they'd switch, like every time, without fail, like, okay, they're going to go anti-vehicle, so I'm going to go aircraft now, and you do this. And just like...
Yeah.
It was so predictable! Like, please, just... anything else.
I'm trying to think of all the freaking RTSs I've played.
Dawn of War, that's another one.
Civ. Civilization.
I hate Civ.
Yeah, I never got into Civilization.
It is not a bad game. It just takes for it's like fucking Total War.
It's turn-based.
It takes forever.
Yeah, and that's what ruins it for me. It's just I played basically Age of Empires and Command and Conquer out of the strategy games.
Let's see. Warcraft, all of its expansions except for World. I didn't really like that one very much, but it's not an RTS. Starcraft, Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, Civilization.
What's up, Toya? You don't have, what's it called? Shogun 2, do you?
No, I've been thinking about trying the Shogun sagas, but I don't really like the turn-based strategy that much. I don't know why.
It's turn-based with real-time elements, I guess you could say. I know the naval battles in Shogun 2 are garbage. It's like, do you have more ships? Yes, you'll probably lose anyway. Don't auto-resolve your naval battles. You have to fight them.
Let me actually look at how many RTSs I have in Steam really quick. Holy shit.
Because I know that Shogun 2 has a co-op campaign mode, so that might be fun.
Let me see here. Battlefield Gothic Armada, that's the first one on the list. Homeworld, Stellaris, Sins of a Solar Empire, Dawn of War 1, 2, and 3, but 3 kind of sucked.
3 was just a fucking MOBA.
Total War Warhammer. 3 wasn't really a MOBA.
Well,
I mean, it was
okay. Let me correct. That's what the multiplayer ended up being.
3
I'm sure the
did
game
the
itself.
same thing that Warcraft 3 did. However, you picked your heroes at the beginning before you launched the game. You didn't build specific heroes and then use them throughout the game. You picked the 3 that you could have, so you couldn't switch to another one. Caesar doesn't count. Let's see. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, that's a pretty fun one. Civilization. SimCity doesn't count. Ashes of Singularity. That was entertaining. It was very, very slow, but it was still entertaining. Vega Conflict is more of a pay-to-win game, but I didn't really pay to win. But it is still a strategy game. It's a small-scale tactical strategy. Galactic Civilizations 3, which is... I wouldn't recommend that one. I've only got like 14 hours on it. It was kind of garbage. But it was very similar to what's the game called? Stellaris. Very similar to it. We're not. I mean, those are strategy games, except for Fallout 2. Aurora 4X was pretty neat. I never played any of the Fire Emblems. I couldn't really get into them. I tried Fire Emblem 1 for all of 30 minutes, and I couldn't really get into it. And this is me talking with Merc, by the way. Anyways, moving on. Let's get away from the nerd talk for a little bit, I guess. Toya, I apologize for not saying hi when you first came in. I was kind of on a tangent that I had to get through before I said hello. You know, because I have to give you proper attention. So yeah, who's got an article?
Uh,
I'm gonna go ahead and say nobody has an article.
We have a few articles. No, I was looking at something I saw. When I went to go look at which of the Tiberian or Command & Conquer I had, I noticed that Anthem, and I was thinking about Anthem.
You
and
know,
then I decided to get EA Basic for 99 cents for 1 month, which will give you Anthem to try it out. So I started going down that rabbit hole of signing into a PayPal for getting my freaking password and shit. But
I would suggest you wait a couple of months before you actually get Anthem.
Oh no! It's 99 cents to test it out. And
for
to
the
test
demo?
out, yeah, for the demo for every single game that they've released over the past year.
Jables, if you've got some articles, send them to us, man.
So we have a few. The first one I want to kind of bring up is just something you posted. It's not even an article. It's just fucking hilarious. The Twitter picture.
Oh, the one that I posted.
Yeah, the count.
Let's wait for Mr. I Control the Stream capitalist rope salesman to get back from the can before we actually pull that one up, because everybody has to kind of have to see that one for them to actually get it.
And then the other articles that we have is one from the Seattle Times, which simply because I was bored at work and I decided to read the Seattle Times.
They may as well freaking label themselves freaking radical left propagandists united.
Or the
what I said.
Or the freaking guy. Another one is actually I think is the other one he Buck posted, which I just heard about like not that long ago, which I found fucking hilarious.
Is that the cryptocurrency one?
Yeah.
I haven't actually read that one. I haven't been able to keep up with freaking news on Twitter for a while now because I'm just so fucking busy during the day. I don't even look at my phone when I'm at work. It's like I've got like it.
I don't have anything to do except get in trouble apparently.
Yeah, that's all right. Someone has to get in trouble.
True. Okay, so something I want to bring up to you because I find this funny and connects to you. So the GameStop in I don't remember what country this is. Oh, it's in America too. Okay, so this started in a different country, but in America, GameStop started selling Xbox One X's.
Okay, we do have to talk about this one that Panda just tweeted at me.
Okay, but never mind.
I'm about to post it because this is actually a big thing that's been talked about a little bit, but I didn't really know too much about it, and I just posted it in show construction. Yeah, I think that should actually be the first one we talk about. And we should go ahead and roll into it really quick while apparently capitalist rope salesman is freaking shitting out his spine. We're not going to actually pull this one up on screen because the screen controller guy is not here. He's currently de-spining himself. It is rapper 21 Savage arrested by ICE. 21 Savage, a Grammy-nominated rapper, which is, I don't know who he is because I don't listen to rap that much, was arrested early Sunday morning in Atlanta by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. Authorities said the rapper, whose given name is Shaya bin Abraham Joseph, that's a fucking mouthful, is actually a British national who entered the country legally in 2005 at the age of 12, but then failed to leave under the conditions of his non-immigrant visa, which expired in 2006. God damn, he's been here for 13 fucking years.
Holy shit.
Yeah. ICE spokesman Brian Cox said the rapper was convicted on felony charges in 2014. Wow. In addition to being in violation of federal immigration law, Mr. Abraham Joseph was convicted on felony drug charges in October 2014 in Fulton County, Georgia. Cox said that ICE will now await the outcome of his case before a federal immigration judge to determine future actions. An attorney, Dina Lapolte, is that how you spell that? Lapolte?
Yeah, sure.
Said lawyers were working diligently to get Mr. Abraham Joseph out of detention while we work with authorities to clear up any misunderstanding. There is no fucking misunderstanding. He overstayed his visa. He's here illegally. Send him the fuck home.
What did I miss?
Everything.
Oh, as usual.
Rapper 21 Savage arrested by ICE. I am in.
Jesus. What?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Should I? I don't think I'm going to start over. The attorney said Mr. Abraham Joseph is a role model, a not very good one, to the young people in the country.
That's
thugs,
what I want to know.
Gangsters, guys out in the ghetto. I don't know. I haven't listened to his music.
Alright, let's pull this shit
The
up.
attorney said Mr. Abraham Joseph is a role model to the young people in the country, especially in Atlanta, and is actively working in the community, leading programs to help underprivileged youths in financial literacy. What does that mean? I mean, seriously, the guy's here illegally. How is he literate financially? Abraham Joseph was in Atlanta this weekend for the Super Bowl, performing at the Wait, he was performing?
Yeah, he was one of the few performers. It was 21 Savage.
Oh, I
Maroon
see.
5.
It was days prior to. He has been nominated by the Recording Academy for 2 Grammys this year. Like, that's fucking important. And that's it? That's
Okay,
all
so
to the article? Okay, wow.
I gotta say that financially literate and rapper don't belong in the same sentence.
Was gonna say.
Related
And
stories.
Panda has provided me with another source that doesn't have any more meat on it. Fuck that.
Okay, I like this related story, just the sound of it. U.S. immigration arrests 21 and raids of nearly 100 7-Elevens.
What?
It's in the related
Pull
stories.
that bitch up. Pull it up. Copy, paste, all that jazz. I feel like tonight is a roll of the dice night.
Okay.
Fucking ice raiding
Oh
7-Elevens.
Okay, so I'll read this one. So, do you have it pulled up?
Fucking
Alright.
SWAT trucks roll up and the cashier's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! This is not what I was expecting today.
This is not your average Friday night.
This is not your average Friday night. I
Okay,
was not
US
expecting to be in jail tonight.
U.S.
What the-
immigration.
All slushies free.
Hello, yes, ice please. Do you like free cigarettes? Now get out of my store, please. I'm
US
going to hell.
Immigration agents raided nearly 100 7-Elevens, convenience stores
God
around the
damn.
country.
Around the country.
Around the country, not just like in New York or something. Just sending a warning to businesses to not hire illegal immigrants. Officials said. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agents arrested 21 undocumented immigrants in a raid in 17 states and the capital. Right, because the capital of our country is not considered a state. They said amid a broad crackdown by the year-old administration of President Donald Trump, today's actions send a strong message to U.S. businesses that hire and
Toya says hi, by the way.
employ that hire and employ
I know I did.
illegal
I know I did. It was intentional.
force. ICE will enforce the law, and if you are found breaking the law, you will be held accountable, said ICE Duty Director Thomas Person. Business that hire illegal workers.
Did you fucking crop dust me?
I'm not
What
reading.
the fuck? Why would you do that to me?
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. Ladies and gentlemen, I am being attacked chemically right now.
But
What are you feeding that woman?
She had a bunch of Super Bowl food yesterday, which include hot wings, jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, and meatball sandwiches. And she's She just crop dusted the shit out of me. Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, it's horrible. So bad. And she's laughing at me.
You haven't ever done that to me.
I do it on a regular basis, but I'm a man and it's expected of me. As you were saying, Pav, before I so appropriately yet rudely interrupted,
Go ahead and read it.
where were you at?
I was at the second paragraph.
Second paragraph, she just spritzed me with the freaking whatever that shit was. Wednesday's raids represent the largest single operation by ICE agents. ICE against employers under President Donald Trump. According to the AP, what the fuck is AP?
Associated
The 7-Eleven. Thank you. The 7-Eleven stores served on Wednesday will be required to produce documents showing they required work authorization. In a statement, the company said it was not responsible. Here she is sucking up, kissing me on the top of my head, so I will forgive her. Required to produce documents showing they required work authorization, blah, blah, blah. In a statement, the company said it was not responsible for the hiring decisions of individual franchise owners. As part of the 7-Eleven franchise agreement, 7-Eleven requires all franchise business owners to comply with all federal, state, and local employment laws. The statement continued. 7-Eleven takes compliance with immigration laws seriously and has terminated the franchise agreements of franchisees convicted of violating these laws. ICE described Wednesday's sweep as a follow-up enforcement operation that built on a 2013 raid resulting in the arrests of 9 7-Eleven franchise owners and managers. They were charged with conspiring to commit wire fraud, stealing identities, and concealing and harboring illegal aliens employed at their stores, according to the agency. I said all but one pleaded guilty and were ordered to pay more than $2.6 million fucking dollars in back wages to workers.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof is right. Next paragraph. In the past fiscal year, the arrests of illegal aliens with no criminal convictions more than doubled to over 37,000. The last month, Immigration and Customs Enforcement Acting Director Thomas Homan said he wants to increasingly target companies that hire illegals and increase raids in cities such as LA, SF, I'm sorry. I have to start the sentence over.
It's a fucking long sentence.
Fuck. In the past fiscal year, the arrests of illegal aliens with no criminal
No, that's the fucking paragraph.
more than doubled into over 37,000. And last month, why the fuck are they starting the sentence with and? That's why I started at the beginning of the paragraph. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Acting Director Thomas Homan, I almost said Hoffman, said he wants to increasingly target companies that hire illegals and increase raids in cities such as Los Angeles and San Francisco that restrict what police can and cannot do for immigration and customs enforcement agents. End of sentence. Holy balls. California took steps last year to protect people in the country illegally. And that's the end of the fucking article. God.
Can we just have ICE raid California?
Can we?
It's not the armed forces.
We would fucking need the armed forces to raid fucking California.
Raid California,
like
Eugene, Oregon, and Bellingham.
Fucking...
In Bellingham.
Fuck you, phone.
I don't know if Seattle's a sanctuary city. I know Bellingham openly voted, like, unanimously to become a sanctuary city, and I'm like, wow.
Seattle is as well, and Bremerton's, the mayor.
They're trying.
Current mayor is trying. But here's the funny thing about Bremerton. it's a military city. Like, there are naval bases everywhere, including this is the main port for the Northwest for our
For military hardware,
aircraft carriers.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so trying to make a military city a sanctuary city is going to be kind of interesting. I don't know how you're going to pull that off, or
Lots
entirely
and
correct.
lots of citizens arrests.
Lots of them.
I don't know what else.
But
What else we got for?
really, 7-Elevens, huh? Holy shit.
Pope to arrive in United Arab Emirates on Sunday, February the 3rd. This won't end badly.
Oh man! All right, so the Twitter image that Pig posted. Now that we can pull it up because Buck is actually back.
Not in show construction. Oh, this one here.
Yep. So before we go into this, this is a image from an Onion article. Just putting that out there, but it's just fucking hilarious.
I just freaking saw it was by Lopan. What's Lopan?
Low ping.
Loping. Loping.
MD.
Right, yeah, Loping MD. Pandas and Gaming?
Yep.
Either way, it's
Critic reviews
There
versus
no-
user reviews.
so
Why is
the
it
top
labeled
one
as the official
point-
GLBT? GLBT.
point
What is it?
counterpoint. Nigeria may be a developing nation, but it is rich in culture. It's a white guy who's posting, who's pictured as the author of this one.
Not only a white
And
guy,
then below it-
not only a white guy, he's a fucking college student.
Yeah, he's a college student.
And then below it, get me out of this godforsaken hellhole
By a black man in Nigeria.
by a black man who lives in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's like you could actually read the entire story of both of them.
Oh man, I'm not gonna try because
So-
it tries to fade off at the end.
You know what? I'll go ahead and do it. The top one. Ever since taking West African History 201, I've been fascinated by the rich cultural tapestry that is Nigeria. Professor Olson really opened my eyes to Nigerian accomplishments in art, music, and literature. I'm going to take a swig of beer right now because I kind of need it.
What are you drinking?
Blissful not giving a fuck. It's Coors Light, of course.
Okay.
What an incredibly cool place, you fucking dweeb. It's sad how the media always dwell. I believe that dwell should be dwells on the
Always-
negative
yeah, it should be
aspects of
dwells.
African society. Granted, Nigeria faces some economic challenges, parentheses, the result of centuries of colonialist exploitation, the fuck? But I'm sure Nigerians don't concern themselves with thoughts of shallow materialism when they are surrounded every day by such stirring, dynamic expressions of human... Excuse me, I'm sorry, I barked. Dynamic expressions of human spirit. And cut over to the next one. Ever since my parents and 3 brothers died in the gasoline explosion last month, my mind has been dead to the world. Please, God, let me leave this place. I have no hope for my country. I see it in the glassy-eyed stares of the people on the street. We have
Jesus.
nothing. We have been ruled by fat generals who promise elections but steal all the money from the people. the oil money, billions and billions of dollars, it disappears. Millions of us live here in Lagos slums with no electricity or sewage systems. I don't want to smell the garbage rotting in the streets anymore.
No one needs to.
God damn.
Back to the white university student. Nigerians don't need money for stereos or CDs. They make their own music. Along with a huge variety of drums, traditional instruments include many kinds of flutes, xylophones, and wooden clappers. Music permeates all aspects of life there, including public assemblies, festivals, weddings, funerals, and storytelling sessions. In fact, in Nigeria, music literally is a language. Giant slit drums are used to relay messages between villages situated along river systems.
What?
What? Doesn't
Citation
wait a
needed.
second. Does that just kind of imply that they don't have the ability to communicate otherwise? Parentheses. At first, I figured it was like Morse code, but I learned in class that it's actually an extremely sophisticated tonal language system. Like he's fucking got a boner on or something. There's a
Well,
West
isn't that
African
what-
djembe. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, but I'm going to say djembe. A large goblet-shaped drum at this store on University Avenue for $450 fucking dollars that I totally want to get. Okay, switching back over. No one is safe. The police chase people in the streets and beat them like dogs. This new general, Abu Bakr, Allahu Akbar, he is no better than the ones before. President Babangida, he stole $12 billion from the Nigerian people. When people ask where the money goes, they are shot. They shoot people every Sunday on Victoria Beach. The bodies wash up on the sand after they throw them in the ocean. Back to the white guy. Various ethnic groups of Nigeria all specialize in beautiful dances. The Ishan silk dancers twist about in the air wearing their multicolored Raphael palm costumes. The Upakala people resolve conflicts and mark the seasons of the yam and cocoa yam harvests with slow, ritualistic stomping while wearing these huge, intricately carved wooden masks. Doesn't that sound amazing? Back to the Nigerian. Last month, thieves broke the oil pipeline to steal fuel. Many people rushed out to scoop up the fuel that spilled out to use to sell. Then everything was in flames. 700 people died. I saw the tractor throwing the burned bodies into a hole in the ground. My family is somewhere in that hole. Back to the white guy. Of course, I would only be reinforcing racist stereotypes if I just talked about Nigerians playing drums and dancing. Have you ever heard of the book Things Fell Apart? That's a fucking telling title. By Chinua Achebe?
No.
He's a Nigerian writer. It's definitely one of those best books I've ever read. Then there's a whole I can't pronounce that word, not gonna even try. The Nigerian playwright who won the Nobel Prize in 1986. Hey, that's the year I was born. He had the flea. What the fuck? He had to.
flee.
Sorry. He had to flee the country because the government wanted to kill him.
What a great place to live!
Right? Fela Kuti, the famous musician, is also from Nigeria, and his stuff is really
funky.
Word.
He's
Funky,
like,
thank you.
Oh my god, he's like the African
He's like the
James Brown.
African James
Oh my
Brown.
God.
Back to the Nigerian.
This fucking kid.
The month before that,
Fucking kid.
the soldiers threw my grandmother out a window.
Jesus Christ! What a fucking
Holy
segue!
Christ. The soldiers, they set up roadblocks. They stop anybody trying to drive past, and they take all their money. I see people walking down the street in broad daylight who are attacked by criminals. Men with knives, sticks, broken bottles. They attack you, beat you down. The people's... I am totally using the wrong fucking accent right now. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
fucking
I
give
don't
a
even know
shit.
what kind of accent
The
you're
people
flowing
sometimes chase a
between-
thief who steals a bag.
Yeah.
Bag. Crowd chases him and throw down and beats him to death. The streets are very bad. There is so much hatred. Back to the white guy. But for all the culture, the most wonderful thing about Nigeria is that warmth and hospitality of its varied peoples. Whether they speak word, 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 or a dialect of the word subgroup, all Nigerians will greet a visitor to their homes with a piece of boiled meat and a communal ceremonial food bowl holding a thaw dripping. It's kind of blah. It's this kind of generosity and kindness that I would really love to experience firsthand someday.
This fucking kid needs to A, cite his sources, and B, not write in the standard 5-paragraph essay format.
Moving back to the Nigerian.
You can't even read the
If
rest
I
of the
could get just a little blank,
money.
a little money, I could try to leave, but I must beg money for food. Words.
Steal money.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I cannot finish the Nigerians' words because they have apparently been cut off by the white guy. Cut off the last paragraph because he was sick of the Nigerian completely proving that he's full of shit. So, back to the white guy. As you can see, the rich cultural heritage of Nigeria gives its people the strength to overcome the many challenges. As I look back to the Nigerian and back to the white guy, that a developing African nation such as itself faces. It must be such an exciting time. Exciting as in your family is fucking being murdered and dumped into a fucking pit, you fucking piece of shit.
I feel like this is a good point to remind everybody that this is an Onion article.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am starting to understand why intersectionality has some kind of freaking draw to it. Because this guy is a fucking tool, as false as he may be. I'm not gonna read any more of that.
It's such an exciting time to be in Nigeria right now. Yeah, there's gas fires and murder. Let's all go to Nigeria.
Speaking of Venezuela, I mean Nigeria.
Nigeria, fuck.
The other article that we have is from the Seattle Times. It's opinion piece.
Oh god.
And he
Wait.
Did I find the right one?
Wait a second. I'm pretty sure we agreed to not call them the Seattle Times anymore.
did we?
I'm pretty sure we agreed by unanimous vote of moi that we were going to call them Radical Leftist Propagandists United.
Yeah, you mean the Seattle Times.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder. I want to see how many of the opinions just suck Jay and Lily's dick. Just
What?
Suck whose dick?
Jay Inslee. Our
Oh, Jay Inslee.
Yeah. Our
Yeah. The
The
governor
governor
who
of
openly
Washington.
advocated on Bill Maher's show to get your kids out to vote because it's important. Never mind that it's illegal, get them to vote anyway.
Kill all the white guys?
He is white.
I'm sorry. Kill all the straight white guys.
I'm sure he would say something like that.
No, I'm sorry. I have to
Maybe we won't
backtrack
tackle
again.
about it.
I was right the first time. Just kill all the white guys because apparently they don't like white gay guys anymore either, according to Prince of Queens.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're male. Their white male privilege overrides their gay, whatever. I don't remember the stack.
Their white male privilege overrides their propensity to take shots in the mouth and give tonsil massages.
Thank fucking Christ I checked out of this fucking mindset when my goddamn media studies professor tried to convince me that tampons are sexist.
Wait. You mean you were gay at one point? You can freaking just decide.
I got fucking woke, and tampons did it. Hell yeah!
Good job. You
Goddamn.
got red pilled by the red tip.
I'll see this.
Well, if you leave it in long enough, apparently it's not just red tipped.
Also, yes, Ribsy, I need
Ominous
to promote the
vaping.
show, but that's because I don't fucking upload anything. Because I never have fucking time.
You don't, and neither do I, which is
don't.
why I also haven't uploaded anything since December. I haven't uploaded anything since the week I accepted the job.
Let's see.
That sounds about
When was
right.
the last time I uploaded something?
I think you uploaded something more recently than I did, actually.
No, it was 6 months ago.
Oh,
It was
okay.
It was
that
Tail song with.
Yeah. Wait, that was 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Baby,
Really?
sorry.
Man, time flies. I could have swore that was like 2 months ago, not
Oh, but when-
6.
When you first found it, you're like, did you seriously upload a VeggieTales song to YouTube? Yes, I did.
You son of a
So-
bitch.
Okay, so Topaz, you're asking how my professor was saying that tampons are sexist. Well, she said it was because of the language that advertising from the fucking 50s was used to target women to get them to buy tampons. And I'm sitting in the back of the room going, excuse me. Men don't need tampons. What the fuck?
I don't know.
But
I-
look at
I
this
would-
language. Look at this
I-
wording.
I
I'm like,
would-
yeah, but I don't. I'm not getting
Whoa.
shot on the daily.
Hang on a second. I just saw the headline. The attack of fanatical centrists?
Yeah,
How
no,
the
yeah.
fuck do you get
No.
fanatical centrists?
No,
It's
you
ever.
need to read this.
it's all because of Tim Pool and his mixed race supremacy. Jesus Christ.
I don't want us to read the little snippet that's at the top. I want you to start at the top of the article where I started when I started reading this.
Quick aside, tampons were originally invented to stop bleeding from bullet wounds.
Were they?
And yeah, I think they were used in World War II for staunching bleeding from bullet wounds. And then
That's entertaining.
And then World War
Then
II
the
ended,
war
and we have
stopped,
all these
and-
tampons, and it's like, what the fuck? Okay, here.
Let's stick them up the vagoo.
It works. It's a hole that bleeds. Well, we're gonna put a fucking stop to that, aren't we?
Apparently not, because they're still bleeding.
So
It's a temporary fix.
in this article,
Fucking, I am so tempted to call Panda a very bad word right now because she sent me a message that says, "LOL, I uploaded more recently than you."
She has a channel?
Fucking getting the dick tonight.
Oh. I'll show you an upload.
I'll show you an upload. I'll upload my DNA into your Vagoo.
This is getting really sci-fi.
I need a drink.
The USB doesn't go there. It goes in the fucking computer.
That's not a USB.
I love that we've been so accustomed to like retarded like technology stuff within like TV, movies, video games, and like where they say something that doesn't really make any sense, like if you understand computers, and then when a show like Red versus Blue does something that actually does make sense.
Fucking what?
Oh, you just said Red versus Blue, and the first 2 episodes flashed through my mind at the same time, practically, and I just can't. Oh, I gotta watch that whole fucking show over again.
Up until 15, don't watch 16, it'll break your heart.
I don't think I've watched past 6 or 7 because I've been so fucking busy. And holy fuck, I am drunk as shit right now.
You kinda are.
We all are.
I just noticed I freaking leaned back and the whole room started spinning and I'm like, yes! I haven't felt like this since Saturday.
Oh, Rimchi has a correction for you. Tampons were not intended for balloons. They were adapted to that role.
Huh? What were they originally intended for then?
The goose.
Bagoos?
The goose.
What do you
Makes
mean
sense.
we have the 3.5mm jack?
So it's instead of the original context in which we stated, it was actually reversed. Hey, we shoved this into holes that bleed already. Let's shove these into actual holes that bleed.
Okay, so I'm wrong, but not wrong. I'm half wrong.
No,
which
no,
is
no.
fine, I guess.
You're not right, but you're not wrong. You have to get the phrase correct, buddy.
Nah.
Apparently it was originally intended to stop the goo leakage.
Okay, new rule. Don't chase G Fuel with a fucking peach IPA.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you drinking G Fuel in the first place?
That was my reaction.
Because I would like a cheaper alternative to buying a Red Bull every day at work.
It's called coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee and I don't agree with each other.
Well, drink coffee first thing in the morning, poop before you go to work, and you'll be fine.
No, get that, a spit shot.
What?
Just drink a spit shot.
A spit... What?
The Elysium split shot.
Yeah, show up buzzed. That's a good idea.
It is. I mean, how often is Amazon actually going to breathalyze you?
Never. They care more
when
about
you
weed.
Start dropping things.
Exactly.
But no, so like, real talk. When I'm driving back from work, I get really bad tunnel vision and I start to doze off while I'm driving.
Welcome to being an adult.
So he drink.
So, well, usually I get like a fucking Monster or a Red Bull or whatever the fuck is in the vending machine at work so I can stay awake on my drive home. That's a little excessive. I want something that doesn't hit me so hard and doesn't keep me up so late.
Coffee.
No, coffee keeps me up way too late.
Dude, seriously? there's like a quarter of the amount of caffeine in coffee as there is in a Red Bull. A single 8-ounce can of Red Bull holds the same amount of caffeine as 4 12-ounce cups of coffee. I
don't know.
have totally pulled those numbers out of my ass, but it sounds accurate, so let's roll with it.
I don't know. Point is, if I can just, like, have this fucking G Fuel shit, and that keeps me awake just for the drive home, then it's gonna be a lot cheaper than spending, like, $4 on a fucking Red Bull every day.
You know, wow, $4?
Vending machine prices.
Yep.
Stop at a fucking convenience store.
But I need that money for gas.
Either way, you're what's the price of a Red Bull in a gas station convenience store?
Oh fuck! I don't know.
Pav, since you work in one, this is on you.
What's the
Well,
price of
no,
a
I
box of
don't.
Cheerios?
$1.26?
Depending on the size of the box, maybe.
No, and like the last time I bought a Red Bull in
a
a
Red Bull,
convenience
huh?
store, yeah, a Red Bull, an 8-ounce can of Red Bull, which I think is the smallest size you can get, or is that 6?
No, 8.5.
no.
8.5.
8.5, then it's 12, then it's 26.
And then you have awake, very awake, and dead.
No, that 26 ouncer is supposed to let. Okay, I actually watched someone. You guys remember when I was working as an electrician?
Uh-huh.
So the guy that I worked with, he'd drink like 3 of those within the span of 4 hours. The 26 ouncers. Yeah, he had problems. I miss him.
And you shouldn't have more than, like, fucking 3.
You shouldn't have
You need
more
24
than
hours
one
to-
of those
Well, really.
big cans in a span of 24 hours, but he was drinking them like water.
Yeah, how about no, officer?
Yeah, no. I actually had legitimate concerns for his health. I haven't spoken to him since September. God, I miss that guy. Yeah, he was a lot of fun. It's like I actually really enjoyed spending time with him. Freaking taught me a lot when it came to being an electrician. But he just fucking the last I had started working for that company. Oh, fuck it. AC Designs. That's the company I was working for. I had started working for that company.
What are we going to
And,
do? Hey, my co-host is slightly offensive, and he used to work for you. Please disavow.
Lightly? Man, I need to step up my fucking game. This is just lightly. Fucking I worked for
that's
that
the joke.
company, and he called me for help weekend to come and help with a house he had gotten the job for remodeling. It was a big fucking flood after Hurricane Matthew, and the whole house was getting remodeled electrically and everything else because the flood damage was so bad. You might as fucking well.
Yeah.
And I went, gave him a hand, said, "Yeah, don't even worry about anything. It's like I'll do this, no charge or whatever." And I haven't heard from him since. But he was going through so much shit with his family and his finances and everything that I don't know. I thought of him more as a friend, and I did that as a friend would do. Is like I came in and gave him a hand, and I haven't heard from him since, and I don't know. Feel really guilty that I haven't called him either. So, but that's me. You know, it's like I'll go months, years without calling somebody and freaking.
What a goddamn segue.
I'm a fucking bad person, guys. Next article. There you go.
The attack of radical centrists and their maddening vanity.
Let me pull that article up.
Oh my god.
Let me actually pull it up.
Fucking makes me so goddamn mad.
Buck, it is your turn to read.
Oh, good. There's gonna be lots of interruptions of me just yelling at this fucking columnist.
Okay, God damn it. Pav, it is your turn to read.
No, he already read. Pav already read.
Yeah, you're right. He did read his one.
Alright.
Do it.
Medicare for All, says Howard Schultz, is not American. Elizabeth Warren has proposed taxes on the wealthy that are squarely in the tradition of Teddy Roosevelt. Michael Bloomberg says that they would turn us into Venezuela.
Yeah, 90% tax.
Oh, fucking that high, yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, we're already at
Jesus.
70. So, like...
Really? Wait, it's already 70 for the really high... That's the highest tax bracket?
From what I... don't quote me on that.
That seems really weird, given that Trump only paid... 20 something. Well, that was in 2015. That was his tax return. He only paid like what, 25%, 23%.
Wait. When did Trump release his tax returns?
No, when okay, remember when Rachel Maddow was like, "We've got his tax returns, guys. We're gonna get this guy," and it's like he paid more in taxes than like. She reads his tax returns out on the air, and
he paid more taxes than 2/3 of America made in an entire year.
He paid more taxes than like any other politician. And everyone's like, "What? You fucking moron!"
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had it wrong. Right now we're at 39.48%. Currently, the idea is to bring it up to 70. From Elizabeth Warren.
We are not Scandinavia.
Could you imagine not making even half of what you made? Like, not even getting half of what you made?
I would file bankruptcy today.
Yeah, we both would.
Well, the difference between you and I is that my debt would actually fall under bankruptcy laws, whereas yours would not because they're all student loans. Bankruptcy does not forgive your student loans, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, I know. I know. I'd still have to file for bankruptcy if the taxes were that high. I mean, granted, that's not a flat tax rate, but...
Fuck, I would stop working and just live as a hobo.
You know,
if taxes became that high.
Hopping boxcars doesn't sound like a bad idea anymore.
I would completely and utterly stop paying my debts, that being loans, car, and everything.
All right,
remember, kids,
so that I could
eat.
Here's
what I do first. I take out a loan to buy a camera, go bankrupt, and then connect with all three of you guys on some train, and we're gonna make it the memoirs of Locked and Loaded as Obos.
You know what? You know what we should do?
Let me put it this way.
We should reenact the Oregon Trail.
Oh God.
Who's gonna die first?
Probably you.
How many times will we get pulled over?
True.
Except, you know, on this Oregon Trail, cannibalism is acceptable.
God damn it.
You would probably die first. And then Buck, because, you know, I'm not above eating people.
I'd make a great toothpick.
He would.
You would make a great ground beef.
I don't know about that.
drunk
Well,
pig, everybody.
Maybe not beef, but you'd be ground something.
Ow. Ground bacon.
Man, the other white meat.
Oh my god!
Depending on which one you trap.
We're all white under the skin, right?
Let me just set this stream
The
to age restriction.
other white meat.
Oh. Okay, so...
What contract is that, Topaz?
So, articles. They're a
Yeah.
thing.
So, according to Topaz, Pav better not die first. He has a contract to fill, and I have to wonder, is that the contract to fill you with the baby butter?
No, that's one that you proposed, but both parties have denied.
You're going fucking Dwight Schrute on Topaz? Come on.
You know what? No, I have decided that the contract is to fill Topaz with the baby batter. I said butter before, but it's actually batter.
You know, again, both parties said no.
You know what?
The sign.
Verbal consent is not required in this particular contract.
I don't think
It
Topaz
is
likes
just,
this contract.
it is just a higher power saying it will happen. The reaction itself has just amused the shit out of me.
Wasn't my fault. The bird carrying the kid made me do it. Put a gun to my head and everything.
But it is, though, Paz.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
What is this, fucking Eastern Europe? He's gonna fucking pull her into a van and make your family marry
There
her to
is
you?
no van. There is no van. It is a basement with manacles chained to the wall and a bed within reach.
Pig.
What?
You're
What
gonna
is it?
make me stay a virgin until I die. That's just.
You're not a virgin, though.
I know, but.
Question. If death happens during the act, does it mean you're still a virgin because you didn't finish?
I think just the initial penis in Vagoo is enough. If we're gonna go down this
Then
hypothetical argument.
there's no way for you to die a virgin because I'm pretty sure Paz would kill you while you were penetrated, specifically.
So she's a Black Widow? Is that what we're going with here?
Only if she sucks out the juices during the act. I'm pretty sure Topaz wants to kill me right now, and I'm okay with this because this is intensely entertaining.
I have
You
had
see,
a good amount
this
of
is how
alcohol,
you
but I
get
have no idea how to
centrism.
follow. Alright, back to the article.
I'm gonna fucking pen my own article in the goddamn Seattle Times. Rape dungeons lead to centrism. Every time. What made you become
Excuse
neutral
me.
on immigration? Well, this guy tied me up. And I thought he
This
can't
guy
be all that
tied me
bad.
up, and I'm not sure if I liked it or disliked it, but I'm pretty sure
But we both had fun.
we both had a lot of fun.
We played Scrabble. I had to roll the dice with my feet because you roll dice in Scrabble. Apparently.
Oh, and I learned the ping pong ball trip.
It took a while because he
Didn't-
keeps showing me videos, but
I didn't at the end of it, I didn't miss a single one.
We're not getting back to this fucking article. Jesus Christ.
No, not with Pig.
Fucking-
He's-
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, hey, by the way, it's your turn to read. Keep reading.
I'm trying. But we just keep...
You're not trying very hard.
We derail this shit like a fucking...
You are allowing me to interrupt. You are not trying to hurt very hard.
I'm not good at trying. So, from Paul Krugman. Thank you.
I'm done.
Why is American politics so dysfunctional? Whatever the deeper roots of our distress, the proximate cause...
Pretty sure I'm an example of why the world is so dysfunctional.
Exactly. Whatever the deeper roots of our distress, the proximate cause is ideological extremism. Powerful factions are committed to false views of the world regardless of the evidence. Note that I said factions, plural. Yes. There's no question that the most disruptive, dangerous extremists are on the right. Never mind Antifa!
That's, I think, so I was reading this article out loud because Topaz, while I was reading it, and my first response is, the right hasn't burned down buildings recently.
But there's another faction whose obsessions and refusal to face reality have also done a great deal of harm. But I'm not talking about the left. Radical leftists are virtually non-existent in American politics. Kill yourself!
What?
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 Are you kidding me? Who the fuck's burning free speech signs? Not the radical right.
What?
Who the fuck is shutting down Ben Shapiro's brother band's conventions? Not the fucking radical right.
Let me read that again. Where did that sentence start?
But I'm not talking about the left. Radical leftists are virtually non-existent in American politics. Can you think of any prominent figure who wants us to move to the left of, say, Denmark? Oh my god! What?
Let me read that for emphatical representation there. But I'm not talking about the left.
Oh my god! I need another
Radical
beer. Fuck this guy already.
Are virtually non-existent in American politics. Can you think of any prominent figure who wants us to move left of, say, Denmark? Bernie Sanders.
Cortez.
Fucking Cortez.
Jay Insling.
No, I'm talking about fanatical centrists. Over the past few days, we've been treated to the ludicrous yet potentially destructive spectacle of Howard Schultz, the Starbucks billionaire, insisting that he's the president we need despite his demonstrable policy ignorance.
Please don't blow out your
Schultz
microphone.
obviously thinks he knows a lot of things that just aren't so. Yet his delusions of knowledge aren't that special. For the most part, they follow conventional centrist doctrine.
Hold the fuck up.
Panda just took my beer away. Panda just took my beer away.
Good call.
I need to get this beer back from her, so continue on.
So,
Give me that beer.
excuse me, teacher. I have a question.
What?
What the fuck is centrist doctrine?
I have no fucking clue. I'm just an instructor here.
Only centrist.
Listen to both sides. Rule 1. Rule 2. That's about it. Jesus Christ. First, there's the obsession with public debt. This obsession might have made some sense back in 2010 when some feared a Greek-style crisis. Except the U.S. isn't having to bail out other countries. What the fuck? Although even then I could have told you that such fears were misplaced. In fact, I did. When?
He lives by that hindsight 2020 doctrine.
Fucking A. In any case,
Hindsight
however,
is definitely 2020. Especially since I have the
hindsight is
in my
next
hands
year,
right now.
everybody. Fucking. In any case, however, 8 years have passed since Erskine Bowles and Alan Simpson predicted a fiscal crisis within 2 years unless their calls for spending cuts were heeded. Yet U.S. borrowing costs remain at historical lows. Good! These low borrowing costs mean that fears of snowballing debt are groundless. Mainstream economists now tell us that, quote, the risks associated with high debt levels are small relative to the harm cutting deficits would do. What? I'm not an economist, and what is this?
Yeah, he doesn't establish.
So apparently I am currently doing blackface right now because I have soot on my face.
I'm calling the race police.
Why are you thanking Panda for taking my beer away? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
I didn't think Pen.
That wasn't what he was backing.
Not you. Freaking chat.
God. We should fucking send this article to radical centrists and just listen to how mad he gets. He'll be a salty boy. Schultz, however, still declares debt our biggest problem. Yet true to centrist form, his deficit concerns are oddly selective. Bowles and Simpson charts with proposing a solution to deficits listed as their first principle, reducing tax rates. Okay. Sure enough, Schultz is all into cutting Social Security, but opposes any tax hike on the wealthy. So, what is this guy saying? Is he citing Bowles and Simpson as being like the paragons of economy here? And then going, why aren't you doing what they say? It's like, but opposing a tax hike is, well, it's not an increase, it's not a reduction, but it's not an increase. And yeah, if you fucking implement tax hikes, guess where your wealthy people go? Away.
Huh. Away.
All right, read the next paragraph.
Funny how that works. In general, centrists are furiously opposed to any proposal that would ease the lives of ordinary Americans. Universal health coverage, says Schultz, would be free health care for all, which the country cannot afford.
Yeah, no, okay, so...
Oh my god!
This is something that I brought up. Ease the life for ordinary Americans. Would we not consider the middle class ordinary Americans?
Apparently not.
Okay, so the middle class got fucked by universal.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Holy balls.
So,
oh my god.
So no, they don't seriously oppose it. No, yeah. This whole thing is just retarded. Keep going.
The majority of America, believe it or not, is considered middle class, and the majority of America at this point oppose government health care. It is not that hard to understand. The reason for it is because we got fucked up the asshole with a penis the size of a ballistic missile
Shot
with
by
health,
Barack Obama.
with shot, not shot. Have you ever seen that movie, Dr. What's it called? Dr. Lovegood?
Strangelove.
Strangelove. Thank you. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, Barack Obama was in that last scene where he was riding the fucking rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
he
aimed
didn't
right
shoot
at the Federal
that.
Reserve.
He didn't shoot that missile. He was riding that motherfucker straight into the ass of America's majority. Excuse me.
And he's not alone in saying things like that. A few days ago, Michael Bloomberg declared that extending Medicare to everyone, as Kamala Harris suggests, would, quote, bankrupt us for a very long time.
It would.
Now, single-payer healthcare, actually called Medicare, kill yourself, has bankrupted Canada. In fact, every advanced country besides America has some form of universal health coverage and manages to afford it. They tax their fucking upper class like 80% of their income, and the tariffs are really fucking high. That's how.
I'm going to make the proposition that we change kill yourself to sterilite bloody.
Jesus Christ.
Freaking make it so that you can't have children, ever. And if you have progeny, kill them. Because we don't want that kind of stupid fucking propagating.
This next statement hurts to read.
Read it.
The real issue with Medicare for All isn't costs. The taxes needed to pay for it would almost surely be less than what Americans now pay in insurance premiums. What? Citation needed.
All right. Here's the thing. When I first got quoted for healthcare, right? Because it's required. If you don't get it, you're gonna be. It was like the first year. It was $3,000. Was the first year, and then it went up 1,000 for every year you didn't get it. Was your fine? I ended up getting quoted. The lowest I could get was $280 a month. Do you know what the deductible was on that?
It's like $50.
No, higher than that. 120 at least.
2,000.
Oh, that's not
That's
the deductible, not the copay. I had the two confused. Yeah, see, right now with my work, deductible is 7,000, but our copays are low.
Okay.
So there, with how health insurance works right now for me, at least I have a very high deductible, $7,000, right?
Right.
But that only applies to specialist examinations.
Okay.
When it comes to regular checkups or things like that, you get a deductible. Not a deductible. I'm sorry, a copay, and that copay is $50.
Okay.
Right?
Alright.
So that also applies to medicine. It applies to annual checkups. It applies to just going and seeing your primary. So if you have the sniffles or something and you go and see them, then you do your copay, and that applies to deductible.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem. That $50 is on top of a $200 a month premium.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. It's
Like, what am I paying them $280 a month for?
exactly.
No, and it's garbage. Keep reading.
Oh, okay, fine. I was gonna get another beer, but yeah. This motherfucker doesn't understand how taxes and premiums work. If you do Medicare for All, those premiums would just get essentially not roped into taxes, but your taxes will fucking go up to, if anything, match those premiums. Anyway, the problem instead would be political. It would be tricky persuading people to trade private insurance for a public program. That's a real concern for Medicare for All advocates, but it's not at all what either Schultz or Bloomberg is saying. Right, because they're being practical. They are businessmen. If you are spending too much on something, if your concern is deficit, as a businessman, you should be rightly concerned with any kind of deficit, any kind of loss. Ha! Finally, the hallmark of fanatical centrism is the determination to see America's left and right as equally extreme, no matter what they actually propose. Said no one ever. Thus, throughout the Obama years, centrists called for political leaders who would address their debt concerns with an approach that combined spending cuts with revenue increases, offering a market-based health care plan and investing in infrastructure, it should be. Somehow never managing to acknowledge that there was one major figure proposing exactly that, President Barack Obama. Citation needed. And now with Democrats taking a turn that is more progressive but hardly radical, this motherfucker! This motherfucker! He probably believes that if you make healthcare free, if you make something free, it's cheaper. Fucking retard. Centrist rhetoric has become downright hysterical. Medicare and Medicaid already cover more than a third of U.S. residents and pay more bills than private insurance.
Huh.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does it have to do with radical centrist doctrine? That's what I want to know.
So far, nothing in this entire article has been centrist at all.
No.
But Medicare for All, says Schultz, is, quote, not American. Elizabeth Warren, okay, that was the same as the introduction there. Where does the fanaticism of the centrists come from? Much of the explanation, I think, is sheer vanity. You shallow cunt.
You know, honestly, if it was feasible, like financially feasible, I would not be against Medicare for All. If we went to it,
I don't think anybody would, but it's one of those things where it's like, how much do you want to fuck over the middle class?
Well,
that's the thing. That's the soak of it. It's like,
I mean, that's what you hear from people.
The reason why Medicare is as expensive as it is right now is because doctors
charge
like the medical the medical profession is probably the most paid profession, like individual profession across the board in the United States.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like $5 grand.
I gotta knock this article out. Holy shit, this is pissing me off.
Finish it.
Both pundits and plutocrats like to imagine themselves as superior beings, standing above the political fray. They want to think of themselves as standing tall against extremism right and left, which is fine. Yet the reality of American politics is asymmetric polarization. Extremism on the right is a powerful political force, while extremism on the left isn't.
Bullshit! You fucking piece of shit motherfucker. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not even sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Never thought I'd ever actually fucking say that, but fucking hell, the fucking radical extremist left has dominated politics since the late 90s. The late 90s.
Yeah.
Dominated politics. You want to fucking say that fucking George W. Bush was a fucking words and phrases conservative? No, by all fucking radical terms, he's not. The politics of the United States of America have been dominated, absolutely fucking dominated by left-leaning, almost radical at this point, since the late 90s.
God damn. What's a would-be courageous centrist to do? The answer all too often
stop
is
voting.
The answer all too often is to retreat into a fantasy world, almost as hermetic as the right wing.
Fantasy world. You fucking have the goddamn balls to say that we're retreating into the fucking fantasy world, yet you're fucking sitting there saying that leftists don't have any political power. You piece of shit. Pull your head out of your fucking ass long enough to breathe half a fucking breath, and you'll fucking see what the fucking politics of today is dominated by. Excuse me, I'm going to mute my microphone now.
Fucking A.
Jesus. Alright, finish.
In this fantasy world, social democrats like Heron or Warris are portrayed as the second coming of Hugo Chavez, so that taking what is actually a conservative position can be represented as a brave defense of moderation.
Alright, I'm done screaming at the walls. What did you just say?
Okay. Oh my god. So...
No, it's just...
So, okay, I'll put it this way. If someone says, build a wall, and you say, great, how are we going to fund it? That's centrism. Questioning... Okay. Oh my god. Questioning the wall is now more conservative, or as conservative as saying build the wall, according to this guy.
What?
Okay, so in theory...
I'm sorry.
If
Last rant.
If you don't fucking oppose the conservatives, you are one. Only
at
a Sith deals in
point-
absolutes.
At this point, I just want to meet this person so that I can lodge my booted foot so far up their fucking ass that not only do I have to wear them as a fucking thigh-high boot, but it reshapes their head and reshapes their perception of reality.
Oh my god. But
He
that's not
sucks
what is
Elizabeth
really happening, and the
Warren's
rest of us have no obligation to indulge centrist delusions.
Centrist delusions. Who the fuck is delusional?
So-
The person who actually looks at reality as it is?
If you-
Or the fucking motherfucker who wants the...
Cat.
Muting again.
Cat. TLDR.
Really?
If you want to look at policy objectively and from a sense of practicality, you're delusional. That's what this guy is saying. If you want to say, great, that sounds like a great idea, but how are we going to implement it? Paul Krugman's answer is, who the fuck cares, implement it anyway. You fucking no better than Cortez at this point. Jesus fucking Christ. Who gave this man a... Krugman?
Sounds like he's continuously implying that centrists are just conservatives.
Dear Mr. Krugman, delete your account.
Oh no, he can't. He's an award-winning. What is it? What is he? In-depth journalist. Is a
Apparently
regular
I'm very grody right now, so I have to actually take a shower tonight.
It is late o'clock, isn't it? So
It is late o'clock. It is.
We've been going for 2 hours.
Yeah, we have. So as much fun and irate tirades I have gone on in the last 30 minutes of us covering this article, I think we have actually reached the end. Have we? Haven't? We've reached the end,
This is a
right?
good note to end on. If we go any further, and you'll just be permanently
So you've
angry.
reached the end.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term gentlemen very loosely. Thank you. Thank you so much for actually joining us tonight on Locked and Loaded. We love you all. We do this for you, as well as ourselves. Be sure to tune in on Friday for the pre-Saints show.
Pre-Shanks.
Our sister show.
Yes.
Just prior to the Friday Saints evening show. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share the motherfucker. If and so you are so inclined to do so. We will be back next week, hopefully next week, at the same time on the same channel. This has been your Locked and Loaded. Sister just means that we're... Shut up, Rimsey. You know what I fucking mean. Fuck you. Get your ass fucked.
I don't
That's
know.
gay, man.
I don't know. I think Sister works, given that Jables is one of the hosts.
Them's fighting words.
Rimsey, I have to say that maybe you have balls. Maybe.
Fucking cat.
Maybe. But I call that into question.
You
Anyways.
do a cross stream. That's just what it is.
Right?
Yeah. Let's do a cross stream next Saturday night, maybe?
I don't fucking know.
I might be working.
Yeah, I don't either.
That'd be nice.
Anyways,
but I might be working.
Let's
Buck,
try and
do you
do that
have-
when you're not pissed out drunk.
You know, it's Saturday night. What the fuck do you think you're going to get from me?
No. I mean, let's try and like organize this.
When I'm not shit-faced?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to do that when I'm not shit-faced. But guess what? I'm going to be shit-faced the next fucking...
We're putting siblings show.
Ow! Ow! Fucking cat.
Buck,
stop biting my hand.
do you have any closing statements aside from cursing at your adorable little fluff ball of knives?
Paul Krugman is retarded.
By the way, you need to
I'm
take
leaving it at
pictures
that.
of the little said fluff ball so we can actually confirm that it's a fluff ball of knives.
He's not very fluffy, but he does have knives.
Fluffy.
Yeah, my
Pav.
closing words, fuck Paul Krugman.
Alright. Pav, do you have any closing words for our lovely audience, including your very
Ow!
non-committal lover?
Just... God damn it. Fuck you.
Say it right! Say it! Is fuck you really the closing words you're gonna have?
No. Apparently, I believe that we're all gonna turn into Venezuela.
It'll happen
what I-
eventually.
That's
I
what
just
I'm
hope
thinking.
that I just hope it happens when we die. My closing statement is, ladies and gentlemen, alcohol will make for a very entertaining night, no matter how irate you may be. Topaz, you might punch me, but I might be drunk at the time, so I won't feel it. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Cat, fuck off.
Well, you should